Alright, what is up everybody? It's Lids, and today we are finally playing Mass Effect Andromeda. Now, Mass Effect, the original trilogy, is my favorite game or series of games ever, but I've never actually played Andromeda before, so I am incredibly excited to finally get the chance to play it. So, that is what we have in store today. I have never played, I've never seen anyone play, so for that reason, everything here is going to be brand new to me. I don't know what to expect. I did see a lot of the trailers and hype leading up to the game, so I have some sense what to expect, and I have played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, and Mass Effect 3 multiplayer quite a bit, so I have a general sense as to what the broader scope of things might pertain to, but don't know any of the specifics. For that reason as well, I would request that we do not have any spoilers in chat, as I would like to experience this firsthand with all the surprises and twists and turns that come with playing it for the first time. But let us jump in. Let me know if audio-wise, if I sound like I am at the right volume relative to the game and what have you. Probably a little hard to tell here in the main menu. But I've bumped up our graphics to all the ultra settings, because in order to play this game, odd as it sounds, this game is now, what, about maybe 7, 8 years old, about to be? But, for whatever reason, apparently I needed a new computer, a more powerful computer to actually run it and stream it simultaneously. So, you know, this will be our first real test. First game that we are streaming on this new system. And so, what better way to test it than to just blindly max out all the settings and see if we can handle running that, you know? So we'll bump it down if necessary, but without further ado, let's hop in. So, let's go for... we'll customize our character, I think. We can either be Sarah Ryder, Scott Ryder, these... oh yeah, quick start. Let's go for the customization option. We did actually, full disclosure, try to do Andromeda briefly once before, but on my previous system, I just flat out could not run it. At least not run it and stream it simultaneously. So I've seen the first 10 seconds, 10 minutes, 20 minutes of the game, and that's about it. But the entire time was distracted by people saying that it was not really working on the stream. So for all intents and purposes, this is going to be our first time ever playing Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm super, super excited. So, let's see. We'll go for a male, I was about to say Shepard. No, Ryder is the name of this main character here. Okay, so we can customize our appearance. I might go with the default appearance, because although, here's another broader thing to consider, I know that a lot of mods have been developed for the game, especially over the past several years, given how, again, Mass Effect Andromeda came out several years ago at this point. For our first experience, I'd like to experience the vanilla game to just see what the basic version of Mass Effect Andromeda is all about, and then, if we like it, you know, maybe I'll test out some mods after that, but I want to see what the bare game is like initially, so I can get a better understanding for what is Mass Effect Andromeda all about. So let's see, let's choose our train... oh, and for that reason, I'll also keep us with the default appearance as well. So for training, so in Mass Effect, the original trilogy, there were 6 classes. There was Soldier, which was the pure combat class. There was Adept, which is the pure biotics class. And there's Engineer, which is the pure tech class. And those are sort of the 3 categories of abilities. Combat being weapons, biotics being magical space physics powers like telekinesis, and tech being things like electrical or fire-based abilities. So those were sort of the pure classes, and then there were hybrids. There was the Sentinel, which is the hybrid between biotics and tech. There was the Vanguard, which was the hybrid between combat and biotics. And then there was the Infiltrator, which is the hybrid between combat and tech. So I don't think that... well, we can see right here that they are not exactly the same. And I think those lines in general are going to be a lot more blurry in Andromeda from what I remember from the brief time we were spending last time around. So let's see. Security details. During your Alliance military service, you focused on learning everything you could about weapons and tactics. This sounds more like a pure weapons-based class. So let's see, Concussive Shot. Some of the abilities also may be at least the same name or very similar in function to abilities in the previous 3 Mass Effect games, like Concussive Shot is an ability in Mass Effect 3 and 2 as well. Fires a heat-seeking high-impact round to knock down opponents, so crowd control of sorts. Turbocharge. Grants a massive short-term boost to weapon fire rate and thermal clip efficiency. Sounds like, what is it, Adrenaline Rush, which is also Mass Effect 3 ability. Combat fitness. Grants increased durability, the option to carry more weapons into battle. Yeah, this seems like basically the equivalent of Soldier, the pure combat class from the previous 3 games. Biotic. Okay, again, that is sort of the space physics wizard class of sorts. You were effectively designated Biotic during your Alliance military tenure, assisting your cohorts with your ability to control Mass Effect fields. So, tends to be crowd control, and although that might sound like that's not as damage-oriented, it certainly can be, at least in the previous games. Throw user biotic powers to hurl an opponent through the air, dealing damage and, again, obviously moving them. So crowd control. Singularity, those are all abilities, and Barrier are also abilities from the previous 3 games. Create a vortex that will trap and disable enemies caught in its field. Barrier, bolster your defenses with a powerful biotic barrier. Okay. Technician, I'm assuming this is probably the pure tech class, similar to Engineer from the previous 3 games. As a technician in the Systems Alliance, Systems Alliance is basically the human military / government. So that just suggests that we are a human, probably from Earth. You learn to operate drones and hack enemy systems. Overload, also Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 ability. Unleash an electrostatic discharge that deals high damage to shields and synthetic enemies. And chain to multiple targets, okay. Invasion, I don't recognize that. Hack your opponent's armor and weapons, infecting them with a computer virus to weaken their defenses, and even spread to nearby foes. That's new. Sounds a little bit similar to some abilities from the previous Mass Effect games, but not exactly the same, and the name is obviously different as well. Team support. Develop specialized technology to bolster the survivability of your entire squad. Okay. Definitely does seem like it is at least the equivalent of Engineer from the previous games. But the ability's more different here than I think the other ones were. Yeah, because these all looked very similar for the biotic and security. Leader. You're a team player and a natural leader in the Alliance military, working closely with your cohorts for their safety and the safety of others. Energy Drain, also Mass Effect 2 and 3 ability. Drain your target shields to replenish your own, especially effective against synthetic enemies. Annihilation is almost the name of a Mass Effect 3 ability. Weave a shifting aura of Mass Effect fields around you to slowly damage nearby foes. It is a really fun ability. This is at least my early pick, I think, for what might be my favorite. In Mass Effect 3, it's really fun. Annihilation Field is what it's called. It's very short, a very small area of effect around you, so it does require that you be right up next to opponents. So that might be what we end up doing here, but it's going to be a bit risky, because we're going to have to be right up next to opponents. They're going to be able to deal a lot of damage to us, probably. Team support, develop specialized technology to bolster the survivability of your entire squad. Also, one thing I should note, the approach we're going to take for this playthrough is very likely, although I have not played it before, I've never seen anyone play before, so I don't know what's going to happen at various points in time. We are going to take this slowly and methodically, and we are going to try to... 100% is maybe a strong way to phrase it, but we're going to come as close to that as we can get when we're going in blind, metaphorically speaking. So, okay, let's see. Scrapper. When a fight broke out, you were always the first soldier in the thick of it, mostly according to Alliance military protocol, and occasionally not. Okay, Charge, so this is the Vanguard. Biotic Charge was the signature Vanguard ability. Launch yourself like a comet at opponents and regain a portion of your shields on impact. So this is sort of the close-range specialist hybrid of biotics and combat abilities. Combat fitness increases durability and option to carry more weapons. Charge. Wait, what? Okay, but this one only has 2 skills and the others have 3. What's up with that? That's weird. Okay, don't know what the deal is there. It's kind of odd. So this is really fun as well, but I don't know. Let's see. Operative. It's the last one. The Alliance military. You studied covert operations and the tech used by special forces. Knowledge you rarely found a use for until the Andromeda Initiative. Tactical Cloak, the unique infiltrator ability from Mass Effect 2 and 3, so this seems like this is the infiltrator equivalent. Employ a light bending technology to become invisible for a short duration. It sounds cool, and it is. Gain a large damage bonus when you break cloak to attack. So temporary invisibility, followed by 1 attack that deals a lot of damage. Combat fitness, and then again, only 2 abilities here, which is weird. Okay. So, I would say Charge and Tactical Cloak are probably the most interesting starting abilities here. Concussive Shot probably the least. But on the other hand, these are classes that for some reason are only showing... And I think that Combat Fitness is a passive ability. That makes me reluctant to go this route, because I feel like we have one cool ability, but that's about it. Whereas Energy Drain, not that exciting, but it is, at least from Mass Effect 2 and 3, a powerful ability. Annihilation is really fun. So I'm thinking we're going leader here. Okay. Choose our name. Let's see, can we just make it Lids? Can I type this keyboard mouse? There we go. Our twin. Sure. Default. Parent Alec Ryder appearance. Choose the appearance of your father, Alec Ryder. His appearance can either adapt to your player's customization or remain as the default version. I guess just remain as the default version. Does that mean he's going to look quite literally a carbon copy of us? I don't know. This option on Alec Ryder's appearance will be based on your customized Ryder. Setting this off will use Alec Ryder's default appearance. Okay, whatever. Don't care too much about that. Customize history. Let's take a look at this. Choose the gender of the legendary commander Shepard, first human inspector, and hero of the Citadel. So this is, of course, a callback to Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. So let's see. Current history, male Shepard. Is that all we're changing? It's just, is it a male or female Shepard? Well, we did play our previous Legendary Edition playthrough with a male Shepard. So we'll go with that, just for consistency's sake. Don't know how much there's really going to be that ties between the two games, but we'll, of course, see that. Upload character data. Check this option to upload your character to the Mass Effect Archives website, where you can re-import in the future or share with friends. I don't know. Sure. Yeah, I think we're ready to go. So, then for difficulty. So this I'm not so sure about, because on one hand, we finished our Mass Effect 3 on Insanity. But that was in large part because I'd played Mass Effect 3 a lot and knew the campaign, so I felt... And it was my first time actually doing it on Insanity difficulty, which is obviously the highest, as you can see here. So I feel like that was a challenge that I only wanted to test myself with because we played the game before. Whereas if we're trying something for the first time here, I feel like Insanity is going to sometimes distract us from just enjoying the game, and we're going to have to, you know, worry a little bit too much about min-maxing, getting the perfect possible combination of abilities and weapons and skills and all that stuff. Whereas, don't want to worry too much about that. I mean, as I said, I've played a lot of Mass Effect before, so I don't think we're about to go down to narrative or casual, but I also don't know, like, is Insanity on Andromeda basically the same difficulty as Insanity on Mass Effect 3, or is one inherently much more difficult than the other, even though they use the same name? So I feel like hardcore might kind of be the middle ground we're looking for here, where, because we played some Mass Effect before, I think normal might be a little bit easy for us. I don't know definitively, because of course I've still never played Andromeda, while Insanity is maybe just a little too hardcore compared to what we might be looking for here. So maybe... I say hardcore. Well, hardcore is the setting we're looking for in that case. This difficulty is intended for players looking for a challenge, advanced gameplay skills required. Whereas Ultimate Challenge, yeah, let's go for hardcore. Of course we can change it. I imagine there are probably some achievements for finishing a playthrough on Insanity, maybe one for hardcore, and in the previous Mass Effects, there was something for keeping it on Insanity for the entire playthrough, so obviously we won't get that in this case, but not too concerned about, 100%ing from an achievement standpoint as much as just seeing everything that the game has to offer from a gameplay standpoint. So I think hardcore is probably what we're looking for then. So let's begin.
Every great moment in our history began with a dream. Each bold leap forward was achieved by those willing to do anything to attain it. We are, all of us, leaving behind families, homes, the very birthplace of our species. Some for discovery, to see the unknown. Others for a new start. But today, whatever our reasons, we take the first steps toward a new future for humanity. Today, we begin to make our dream reality.
In the year 2185, humanity lives in a golden era of interstellar travel. Our discovery of ancient alien ruins on Mars propelled our understanding of science and technology ahead by thousands of years. It says 200 in Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Also, that date is a couple of years off, but while many now enjoy the newfound freedom and challenges of exploration in the Milky Way, others look to even more distant stars for the 100,000 adventures. Something, something. Andromeda! Yeah, Lids, actually, Mass Effect 1 takes place in 2183. Bit quiet compared to everything else. Okay, I might turn down the game volume a little bit once we're out of these cutscenes. Hyperion. Occupancy 20,000 human colonists. Okay. Andromeda Galaxy. Destination Habitat 7 in Helios Cluster. So I guess I should mention, Mass Effect Andromeda is a sci-fi RPG game, story-based game, with branching storylines, so we should be able to alter the outcome of the game significantly based on what we do here. We are exploring the Andromeda Galaxy with the other colonists. That's about all I know. I mean, you got up, but do you actually know we're here?
I've been taking it easy for 600 years.
Ryder, recon specialist, pathfinder mission team.
Pathfinder team, eh? The ones finding us a home.
Can you make it somewhere tropical? Nice, warm ocean, summer year-round?
How about we get him a cup of coffee first?
Looks nice and tropical.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy.
Ryder, let's get you checked out. Look here.
After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Now you are a part of the first wave of ARCs arriving in Andromeda, our new home for humanity.
Makes it sound so easy, doesn't it?
Okay, so, as I was saying before, we'll have some branching dialogue options here, where it may affect the outcome of story, our relationships with people in general, just how people think about us. So let's see, tone choice. Tone choice helps define Ryder's personality. Emotional, logical, casual, professional. This is professional, this is casual. Okay, I think we'll get a better sense going forward which one we prefer to do. Also, I'll probably have a better sense of memorizing what those icons actually mean, because the casual and professional ones look very similar to me.
Even if it isn't, we'll be ready.
I hope so.
You know something?
Word came down. The Pathfinder wants you all mission ready within the hour. Look this way?
Why the rush?
He didn't say. But something's up. Okay, everything checks out. Just one more thing before I send you on your way. Let's test your SAM implant. Sam,
what?
are you monitoring? Sam, are you online?
Yes, Dr. Taparo. Good morning, Ryder. Are you feeling well?
Okay, so, obviously, as we were saying, we are human, we are helping colonize the new Andromeda galaxy, and that person who was just investigating us, as you probably can surmise, was not a human. That, assuming that, this much knowledge from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 carries over, that was an Asari, who, at least by human standards, is, of course, an alien species, so that was one of the things that I was most interested to see, because I did not, of course, had not played this game before. But I had followed all of the updates before the game came out, was super excited to finally play it, and then just didn't end up getting around to it. One of the things that I think so many people were wondering at the time, because it took a while for the game to come out after Mass Effect 3, was basically, what carries over from Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 into Andromeda? Are we going to see the same alien species, new technology, what have you? But we will find out. Let's see. So we have some kind of implant, which is a little concerning. Yeah, that's my biggest question.
I just need a second to get my bearings. What's this about my implant?
A routine check. After being in stasis, we want to make sure the connection's still live.
As the team's mission computer, your well-being is my primary concern.
Assuming the implants work as advertised, Sam sees what you see, in theory. We won't know for sure until we get you in the field. How are you feeling, otherwise?
That's a little creepy. What's up, Kippy? How's it going? Let's see, I guess we're excited?
I'm ready to get to it.
Readings confirmed. I detect an increased level of adrenaline in your system. The neural implant is functioning properly.
Caffeine always did make me jumpy.
You're all done. Let's get you on your way. Though you may want to hang around while we revive your sister. It always helps to see a familiar face.
I don't like the sound of that.
Something tells me that's not going to go very well. Oh, we're reviving the sister thing? That doesn't look good. What?
What's happening?
Okay.
Just hang on.
We can look around. Alright, we take this... Oh, I was about to say, we take this moment to, turn down the in-game volume.
I'm almost inside. Hold on.
But everything's fine, don't worry about it.
This is Cora. I'm at the cryo bay. Brace for a reset. Everyone okay?
I think so.
What happened?
We're not sure. Sensors are scrambled. But it's good to see you're up. Feels like centuries since we spoke.
This is the Pathfinder.
It probably was.
Mission teams continue
Because I'm pretty sure we
preparations.
were in cryosleep.
Cora, Riders, report to the bridge.
You heard him. Let's get...
We have a problem over here. It's Sarah Ryder.
That's her twin. And as I was saying, I'm pretty sure things are not going to go very well with her. The whole pick which one you're going to be at the
What's
beginning of the
wrong?
game thing.
I don't know. Have to check it out.
Probably means whichever one we didn't pick is not so alive
It
anymore.
looks like some sort of power surge hit the stasis pod.
Alright, so we are out of cutscenes here. So let me just take a second to, well, take a look at this menu, I guess, but perhaps adjust the volume a little bit. Visually, is it working okay? Because last time when we tried to play this game, it would drop frames like crazy. I turn down the volume a little bit here. And I will turn up my volume just a little bit. I think, let's see. Just make it so that, nothing too extreme, I don't think, but just in case people were saying. Let's see. Okay. I should be a little bit louder. Game should be a little bit quieter. I can adjust it a little bit further if that is still necessary, but let me know if this sounds any better as we are getting back into things. Take a quick look here, I guess, while we're in the menu. Take a look at our journal, which would normally be the stuff that tells us what our main objective is. Prologue Hyperion. Meet your father, the Pathfinder, on the Hyperion's Bridge. That's the name of the ship we're in right now. Report to the Hyperion Bridge. Optional check on your sister. Yeah, we should probably do that. Okay. Let's check it out.
Are
Whoa!
you okay?
That was
I'm running
alarming.
diagnostic now.
Okay.
Give it a second for the processor to sync.
Did the seals break?
No. Physical integrity looks good.
Okay, how's she doing, Doc?
Well,
Ryder,
Is my sister okay?
Sarah's fine. Her vitals are strong, but the revival procedure was interrupted.
Something tells me it's not going as well as you're trying to make it sound like.
When can she wake up?
We don't want to rush it. Sam,
My connection to Sarah's implant was suspended. However, her pulse, respiration, and brain activity are all normal.
Maybe she is fine.
to be on the safe side, we'll need to keep her in a low-level coma for a while.
Oh.
And let her body regain consciousness naturally.
Yeah, that still doesn't sound
She'll be
good.
fine.
Glad to hear it.
Sure about that?
thanks, Lexi. Keep us updated.
Okay.
Ryder, I'll wait for you at the door whenever you're ready to go.
Is this any better volume-wise, people? I didn't change it too much, so might not have been that noticeable. But let me know. Oh, also, yeah, let's see. Hold on. Better way to adjust it might be... Let's see. Settings here. I did it on stream, but really I should change the in-game volume here. I think is preferable. Let's see. Audio. Master volume. Let's just bump that. Ooh, bump this down a little bit. That should hopefully make it. I'm not a fan of the whole when you unpause it does that whole light flash thing. That's gonna mess with my head a lot, I think. Okay, why don't we chat a little bit with the people around here? Investigate some stuff before we head over.
Still in stasis. Vitals look good.
Okay, apparently we are experienced enough, skilled enough to know that, even though we were just asking the doctor about that previously. Who is this person, Hayes?
It sounds amazing, doesn't it? Right up until you lose gravity.
I don't know, I mean, it's pretty cool. You ask me. Oh.
Hi there. I'm Gian Garson, founder of the Andromeda Initiative. I'm here to welcome you to a whole new galaxy.
Are you supposed to sound like a robot?
The hard part's over. We're here. If you have any questions now, just ask.
Right, you dare quit to the pause menu, now you're gonna get hit by a flashbang, is apparently how the game works. Alright, so I did not expect for us to get this much information here. I thought this was just gonna be a quick little advertisement or something like that, not actually an interactive experience. So, okay, we are potentially just one of several arcs on this Andromeda initiative, in which, I guess... Are they all groups of humans trying to colonize the Andromeda galaxy? Is it other species as well? I mean, obviously there's, as we were just saying before, an Asari along with us.
Your current location is Ark Hyperion, housing the human population. Ark Parchero, the Solarian vessel, confirmed departure in 2185.
Okay.
The Asari ship, Ark Lucinia, confirmed departure that same year, as did the Turian Ark Natanus, embarking in 2185.
Alright. Alright, so for context, I mentioned this briefly during the intro sequence. Mass Effect 1 is 2183. Mass Effect 2, I think, is 2185, and then Mass Effect 3 is 2186, which would mean that all of these ships left around the time of Mass Effect 2. And again, there's technically not that much of a direct tie between Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3 and Andromeda. They are... I mean, Andromeda is, although it came out after the original trilogy, not a direct sequel, is more a standalone game of sorts. But it blurs that line a little bit, so again, I'm curious to see where exactly that line gets drawn.
The selection process saw the Andromeda Initiative evaluate thousands of potential habitable planets within the galaxy. After discovering an unusually high ratio of potential candidates, or golden worlds, the Helios cluster was selected as our destination. Now you are a part of the first wave of arcs arriving in Andromeda, our new home for humanity. Once the Pathfinder team's assessment is complete, Habitat 7 has been selected as the most likely candidate for colonization.
Okay. So we're hearing a lot about this word Pathfinders, which seems like it's one of the key roles, or key jobs, that is responsible for identifying what the preferred planets to settle would be.
The The Pathfinder is responsible for exploring and assessing new worlds for outpost placement and settlement. Each arc is led by a Pathfinder who represents their species. The active duty Pathfinder assigned to Arc Hyperion is Alec Ryder. Current duty roster shows you are assigned to the Pathfinder mission team, Specialist Ryder.
Okay, I believe that is our father. So he is the person who is in charge of picking what planet is best. So we have a general area of the Andromeda Galaxy, this cluster that we are investigating. And there are several planets that we could consider colonizing, but it's our job to figure out which one is best. Seems like that's the idea. Maybe we can learn more about the mission status here, though.
At present, Arc Hyperion has arrived in the Helios cluster. Further mission updates are offline due to technical difficulties.
Fair
As
enough.
recon specialist, you are tasked with supporting the authentication of Golden World sites through exploration, mapping, and scientific analysis. Currently, you are to report for duty on the command bridge.
That's none of your business. But okay, so yeah, our job, it sounds like we're an explorer, we're a bit of a scientist.
The Andromeda Initiative encompasses all colonization efforts, including arcs, pathfinders, outposts, and the central support hub, the Nexus. The current location of the Nexus is unknown.
Oh.
Status of outposts are unknown.
That sounds like that might be a bad thing. Message from the founder, didn't see that before.
I'm Gian Garson.
Oh no, we saw this. Okay, never mind, I take it back.
I think it's important we take a moment to reflect on the principles that brought all of us together.
Oh no, maybe we haven't heard this.
Started with a vision of a better future. A vision that you shape. Life in Andromeda can be anything we dare to dream. And I'm proud to help make those dreams come true. Drop me a note sometime. I'd love to hear how we're doing.
I'm not liking this Garson person. She feels extremely robotic, and I'm not sure if that's just because it's a machine that is speaking on her behalf, or if she actually sounds like a robot in real life. Or the Mass Effect equivalent of real life. Okay, let's see. So that must be the mark for our objective. But again, we're gonna poke around a little bit. Again, in general, I think we're gonna try to be pretty thorough. And by pretty thorough, I mean really thorough.
This one's still asleep.
As we're going through our playthrough here.
Had a little hiccup with the gravity.
What? Hey, what is it?
It's been 600 years. We're in Andromeda.
Boom.
Worked?
So far, so good. How do you feel?
Like I've got the world's worst hangover.
Fair enough.
This one's still asleep.
Okay, seems like that might be what we hear about all these.
I don't remember dreaming or anything. One minute I'm in the Milky Way getting ready to sleep, and the next...
You're 2 million light years away.
No joke, we really flew that far?
We really did. Welcome to Andromeda.
Yeah, so I guess one thing worth mentioning is the whole reason why this is possible in the first place. We're 2 million light years away, and it only took us 400 years to get here. Like, the math doesn't add up, Lids. I thought you can't really travel faster than the speed of light, right? Oh, also, idle animation that I just interrupted, which we might have been interested to see. But, the whole thing about Mass Effect, what is the Mass Effect? Why is this game named after it?
This is Cryo Bay. We've got a pod that was damaged when we lost gravity. You'll probably want to send somebody over.
Okay, there may also be little side quests here and there, perhaps. Not sure if we actually can send someone over there to help them. But yeah, so Mass Effect, the Mass Effect, is basically this scientific phenomenon that got discovered in Mass Effect, or technically before Mass Effect 1 in the Mass Effect universe, where a new element was discovered, Element 0, which I think scientifically the way that it works is when an electric field is applied to it, it can increase or lower the mass of an object, and in doing so, that can then enable faster than light travel by doing some physics manipulation. So that is how it is possible to travel to the Andromeda galaxy that is 2 million light years away, or however many they were saying it was, even though it only took us 400 years to do so. Alright, let's see who this Fisher guy is.
Morning, Ryder. Or afternoon. Or I don't know.
I actually never thought about that before. In space?
Man, you're a long
What? How do you know if it's morning,
Where are you
afternoon, evening.
Toronto. Earthborn, huh? I'm a colony man myself. Eden Prime.
You had some trouble there, didn't you? Fighting?
Mass Effect 1.
I lost some friends. Figured it was time for a fresh start.
Well, welcome to your new life, eh?
That's very Canadian.
Good to see you, Ryder. Sorry, still waiting for some coffee.
Yeah, so that was Eden Prime, a place we actually visited on several occasions in previous Mass Effect games. That's cool. Let's see. Message from Jen Garson. Oh, is that the Andromeda lady who I said I didn't like? Hello, traveler, and welcome to your first day in Andromeda. This is the dawn of a new era for all of us. As you recover from stasis, know that you're in good hands. Okay. In a few short hours, you'll be leaving the Hyperion and joining thousands of your fellow colonists as you chase your fortunes and build the new life you've always dreamed about. It's been a long wait, but I promise you, it'll be worth it. Gian Garson, founder, Andromeda Initiative. Okay, so I guess that is to say that I didn't think, or well, I don't know. Supposedly we are among the first people in the Andromeda Galaxy, right? But we're apparently not the very first. Seems like this Gian Garson person beat us here. And it's sort of implied that there are already several other people who are here already.
Just kidding. Checking for a concussion. Your cognitive awareness seems okay.
Ah, right. Where'd you get your degree, Doc?
No need. They'll let anyone be a doctor around here.
Oh.
What?
That's discouraging.
Your auditory response seems normal, too.
Oh, never mind.
Enjoy your nap, Ryder? Don't think I'll need sleep for the rest of my life.
Maybe another decade or two wouldn't have hurt.
Right. Talk to you later.
Man, imagine sleeping for 400 years.
Hey there. Hell of a wake-up call, huh? Didn't expect that first thing out of stasis.
Makes two of us. Hang in there.
Yeah, so I think we're still relatively early to the whole Andromeda Galaxy thing. But we aren't the first movers. I am very skeptical of this Garson person. I think they're not legit.
You ready?
What's wrong?
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Hey, up here!
Okay, what happens if we ignore you? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm curious to see what happens if we ignore you, but I'll head up.
Ryder could find it. He has a scanner. Quick, Ryder, use it to locate the vault.
On it.
I'll try to get readings on the second conduit.
We have a scanner, apparently.
Got it.
We don't have much time.
Ryder, try scanning the whole conduit. Look for the fault.
Okay.
Power surge is getting worse.
This?
Hurry, Ryder, find the fault.
I'm looking.
Don't balance the current. We're looking at a complete blackout across the whole arc.
I am also kind of curious to see what happens if we don't do this quickly enough. Also, this is very clearly not the place that we're supposed to look. But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see if we get a game over or something like that, if we just mess around and don't actually do it, even when they're saying, oh, you have to hurry. But do we have to interact? Oh, we interact.
It's operating normally.
It has to be here.
There's no indication of a fault in this component.
Keep looking.
Okay, I bet it's this.
Relay 2C shows damage from a temperature spike.
Found it! Bad relay.
Ryder, can you go reset it?
Okay. Sure.
There, it's reset.
Do it. Rerouting the turrets now. The grid's recovering. It's working. Readings are in the grid.
It's a miracle!
Thank God. That could have been the end of everyone in the cryo bay.
Alright, well, if our cryo bay is
Good job,
that
Ryder. Now we
susceptible
can get to the tram.
to getting destroyed, I'm gonna have to question
This won't hold for long.
how well this thing was constructed in the first place.
Here. It's liable to happen again.
It's liable to happen again. See, this is what I mean. Why is our cryo bay so terribly constructed in the first place? Okay, is it telling us we should be looking at our journal to see our objective? Let's see. So, head to the tram. Okay. Meet your father, the Pathfinder, on the Hyperion's bridge. Gotcha. We checked in on our sister, we investigated the malfunction, we scanned the power conduit, and we reset the power relay. No big deal. Oh, not again. Okay. Yep. Every time it happens, I'm gonna flinch. And it's just gonna recoil in my seat. It's gonna take a little bit to recover. Okay. Can't talk to her. We've seen her. She seems like she's an important character. We've seen her a few times. We can't really talk to her.
That was close. Barely in Andromeda, and we're already scrambling.
The adventure begins.
Oh, and there she is. Okay.
Not sure your dad'll see it that way.
That would coarsen up.
Let's see. Event tracking logs. Automated logs. Report run. 2819 identifier QPAZ. Year event. Okay, so this can give us a little bit of history about the timeline. This could be helpful context. So, 2185, departure procedures confirmed. 2185, stasis lockdown engaged, confirmed. 2186, anomalous comm sensor readings, report logged. Okay, that's a little bit odd. I mean, just about everybody had to be in cryostasis, right? Maybe there's something that turns it off. I hope so. It might be worth taking a quick second to see if we can find something. But I assume everyone was in cryosleep the entire time here, right? Because nobody was just going to casually live for 400 years waiting for everyone else to, just twiddling their thumbs as everyone else was in stasis, right? So you would expect for there just to be this huge jump in timelines, and I guess there is, to a certain extent. Drift detected. Course correction. Arcs. Archero. Lucinia. Natanis. Condition green. No idea what that means. Some other ship, I would think. Fault detected. Fault repair. So basically, a bunch of things had to be automated while everyone was in cryo. Hold on, but did they say 400 years or 800 years that we were 750-ish years? Because that's the timeline we're seeing here. Trajectory destination confirmed. Proximity confirmed. Stasis revival engaged. Arcs Pantero, Lucinia, Natalis not detected. Those were the arcs that we saw a reference to earlier. So we were supposed to be in the same area as some other arcs, and they ended up in a different place, so we might be in trouble for that reason. And an error because of a sensor fault. Okay, that's...
Go ahead and take us
maybe a little more, not only context, but intrigue as well. Alright, this looks like our... Ooh. Oh, it's just a tram. I thought this was the bridge.